Hey guys, so tonight we're going to talk about something that is important for us all to remember. Now remember, the Old Testament is giving as our example. Okay, so when we read the Old Testament, we should be looking at things to apply it to in our lives in the current world. Now, 1 Samuel chapter 25 is one of these times when we need to make sure we realize that this is talking about something that is very prevalent in the world today, and basically it discusses David's desire, okay, to take vengeance upon somebody for not following through with the request of David for doing something good for this man. And by the end of it, we get a reminder that God is our avenger. He will take vengeance upon the enemy for us if we just trust him and have faith in that. So let's just kind of get into it. We're not going to read the whole chapter. I'm kind of going to hit highlights as we go through it. 1 Samuel 25. Samuel has died by now, okay? Israel's all gathered together, mourning him in Ramah. Now, there's this guy named Nabal, and his wife's name is Abigail. Abigail is very intelligent, very beautiful woman by appearance. Nabal is a harsh man, very evil in all of his dealings. Nobody likes him. They call him worthless various times throughout this chapter, okay? Well, he had some men that were in David's presence with David's army and everything, shearing sheep, okay? And this whole time, they were good, taken care of, not insulted. The army, the men were like a wall for them as they were doing their work. So David sent them back to Nabal and said, hey man, peace be to you, peace be to your family in the name of the Lord. Your men have done great here. We've not insulted them. We've taken care of them. Now, anything you have in your hands, please give to your servants and bring them back to David and your servant David. Now listen to this. That kind of catches us up to about verse 9. Okay? When David's young men came, they spoke to Nabal according to all these words in David's name. Then they waited. Okay? So they delivered the word of David, and then they waited for Nabal's response. Nabal's response was, who is David, and who is the son of Jesse? There are many servants today who are each breaking away from his master. Okay, so he was cynical, first of all. And then he lumped David into this category of many people, many servants leaving their masters. You know, in today's world, that could be people, why should I believe you, right? Because I'm cynical of who you are. Okay, I might know you, but a lot of people are leaving their apostles or their leaders, spiritual leaders, or the ones discipling them. That's kind of the world this is about right here. Who is David? He knew who David was. The whole land knew who David was. He didn't care who David was. And he even says this, shall I then take my bread and my water and my meat that I have slaughtered from my shearers and give it to the men whose origin I don't even know? So he's saying, why should I do that? Why should I give you my food and my water for people I don't even know? Why should I help take care of you? That's what he's saying. So David's men retraced, went back, and David said, gird up your swords. Let's go. He takes 400 men with him. They all gird up their swords. But one of the young men told Abigail. Okay, so now David was upset. He was ready to take vengeance. His request was not honored for the honor he did to this guy's men, okay, while they were working. It's a bad thing. You do good for somebody, you're supposed to get good back during this time, okay? And he's like, nah, man, I ain't doing nothing good for you, buddy. I don't care what you did. That's what he's saying. Now, one of the young men told Abigail, saying, behold, David sent messengers from the wilderness to greet our master, and he scorned them. And then they tell Abigail he was good to us. We were not insulted, nor did we miss anything, as long as we went up about with them while we were in the fields. They were like a wall for us while we did our work. Now, Abigail hears this, wants to stop David. Okay, so she gathers all of these things, 200 loaves of bread, 2 jugs of wine, 5 sheep already prepared, 5 measures of roasted grain, 100 clusters of raisins, 200 cakes of figs, and loaded them on donkeys. Okay? Told the young men to go before her, behold, I will come after. And she did not tell her husband Nabal what she was doing. Now, that's a lot of stuff to gather up and put on donkeys, and yet he didn't have a clue. Where was he? He does not care. He does not care about anything except himself. Okay? Now, meets up with David around the mountain. And David first thing says, surely in vain I have guarded all that this man has in the wilderness, so that nothing was missed of all that belonged to him, and he has returned me evil for good. Now remember, David's coming to kill this man, to kill everything he's got, take everything he's got. Now, Abigail saw David. She hurried, dismounted from her donkey, fell on her face, and bowed herself to the ground. She knew who David was. She fell at his feet and said, on me alone, my Lord, be the blame. So she put the blame on herself, because later here in a few minutes she says, I was not there with him. Put his folly on me. Okay, it is not folly with him. It is my transgression. So she's taking the blame to keep her husband alive, but to please David, to keep him happy, because he did take care of the man. Big deal. Okay? How many times do we do good for people, right? And that good is not returned back to us, right? Now, in the new covenant, when we do something for somebody or give something to someone, we should give it without expectation of getting anything back. That's the New Testament. So remember that. But we have a tendency to get upset and mad and frustrated. We loan someone $20, we want $20 back. Right? We don't loan them $20 thinking that we won't ever get it back, when we should be not worried about it. Okay? Because God will take care of his own people. Okay? So if we give something to somebody, let them take it. Let them do what they do. Not a problem. God will replenish and take care of his people. In this instance, she's like, don't be mad at my hubby. Blame me. I was not there when the men came, so I did not hear the message you sent. Verse 28, please forgive the transgression of your maidservant, for the Lord will certainly make for my Lord an enduring house, because my Lord is fighting the battles of the Lord, and evil will not be found in you all your days. So she's talking to David. She knows that David is blessed of God. She knows that he is fighting the battles for the Lord. So she's like, no, man, take my gift. Take the stuff. We want you to have this. And then she goes on and says, Lord, and when the Lord does for my Lord according to all the good that he has spoken concerning you, and appoints you rule over Israel. So when God does all these things he's spoken of over you, and appoints you king over Israel. So she knew, in faith, she already knew that God was going to do this. None of this will cause you grief or troubled heart, both by having shed blood without cause, and by my Lord having avenged himself. So she was saving him the troubled heart, okay? Now, he says to her, blessed be the Lord God of Israel, who sent you this day to me. And blessed be your discernment. So he's saying, good job. Way to go. Way to hear God. Blessed for your discernment. And blessed be you who have kept me this day from bloodshed and from avenging myself by my own hand. So he was reminded that God is the avenger, right? The Lord has his back. But he was going to go and take care of this man and have nothing left by morning for him. But his wife intervened, took the blame. He blessed her for the discernment that she's got about him, and that he's going to be anointed of the Lord, and he's going to be made king over Israel. And then thanks her. Thank you for your discernment. And, probably in his mind, he's thinking, I'm glad she saved me from that, because God is my avenger. Think about it. Now, he tells her to go on to your house in peace. I've listened and I've granted your request. And here's what's really good. You ready? When she gets back, her husband's drunk. Big feast going on, big party, drunk. So she says, I'll wait till morning to tell him. Waits till morning till all the wine's gone out of him, so he's sobered up now. He's not hungover anymore, right? He's all sober. Tells him what she did. And his heart died within him, and so that he became as a stone. So, I don't know, it doesn't say this, but I bet you scholars might agree that this is a heart attack possibly, and then he fell to the ground within him so that he became as a stone. And about 10 days later, the Lord struck Nabal and he died. So the Lord took care of David without David having to intervene and make his own vengeance happen, right? So even though he is in tune and a man after God's own heart, he was still acting with his carnal mind to go take care of repaying this guy because he did not get paid back with good. This is something for us to learn from. We do this all the time. When we do good for somebody, we expect that good back. And 9 times out of 10, we don't get the good back. We get a lot of nothing back a lot of times. And we have to be okay with that because that person is not our provider. That person is not our debt payer, right? It doesn't have to pay us anything back. The Lord is who takes care of his people. We have to remember that in dealing with everybody, not just our Christian brothers and sisters, but everybody in the world too. We take care of them. We do good for them. God will take care of us and do good for us. We've got to remember that. This is a prime example. This man was evil, evil, evil. The whole town hated him, called him worthless. But his wife said, wait a minute, David, I know he is worthless. I told you he's worthless. But please, I know what God's going to do with you and that you're going to be king. And then it tells him, after all this, please remember your maid servant. Okay? She tells him that. And what does David do? He finds out Nabal's died. Now, when David heard that Nabal was dead, he said, blessed be the Lord who has pleaded the cause of my reproach from the hand of Nabal and has kept back his servant from evil. The Lord has also returned the evil doing of Nabal on his own head. Then David sent a proposal to Abigail to take her as his wife. So he remembered the maidservant as well. Okay, and then Abigail leaves with 5 maidservants and donkeys and boom, takes off to go be with David. Okay, now the point is this. David was mad, took his army with him, 400 men, was going to take everything and kill everything there was not going to be anything male left alive, is what he says in scripture of Nabal's. Okay, by morning light. Wife intervenes. No, I know. She discerned. Here, I got it. Here's all the stuff you need right here. Here's my gift to you, right? Just remember your maidservant for helping you not take innocent blood, not take vengeance upon in this reproach. And then when God takes Nabal and David sees it now, oh, blessed be the Lord, and is thankful to Abigail by requesting Abigail be his wife as a remembrance to her, as she requested. So our lesson is this. When we're doing good to people, don't expect anything back. God will give us what we need back and then some every single time. Okay? It's 1 Samuel chapter 25. Go check it out. It's a great chapter. And Lord willing, I will see you on the next video. Thanks so much for tuning in. Bye-bye.